Hey everybody, welcome to the Muddy Reviews. Today we're checking out a pretty cool little item. So this is a spacer, 39mm spacer for Aimpoint magnifiers or 30mm tubed red dots. This would be something you would put in like a Comp M2 mount if you didn't have a riser piece for the bottom of the mount and you just wanted to rise it within the actual 30mm ring. This is how you would rise that mount to give it a higher heads up type thing. And if you had a red dot like a Comp M2 or a Comp M4S or M4, and you wanted to rise up a magnifier to meet that higher up red dot, this is how you do it. So I got two of these because I just got this in. So this is a box that came in from Amazon. I did a video of this already, and what I had done is I basically had kind of talked about it, and I didn't have the full thing. So when I originally got this, I got it off eBay, and I thought it came with the screws, and the seller was like, "Nah, son, it doesn't." I was like, "Fuck." And I reached out to Aimpoint and was like, "Hey, can I buy some screws? These right here, these longer screws, because I don't have any." And Aimpoint was like, "No, we don't sell them, but we might have some around the warehouse, and if we do, we'll hook you up." I was like, "Oh, word, that's cool." And they reached back to me and said, "No, we're waiting for stuff from Sweden, but we'll still hook you up. Don't worry about it." So that's pretty sick, and I was waiting. And then I was realizing I needed another one of these anyway. So I bought a second one, and I just bought the full kit because I was kind of curious, and I just said, "Fuck it, I'm tired of waiting." And because I have to wait for screws from Sweden. Because I need to build a second magnifier setup for my son. So I bought one from Amazon, and it's considerably more expensive. It's about 40 bucks, roughly 30 something. I'll have a link in the description to where I got this guy. I'll also have a link in the description to a couple different eBay pages that have these for like, I paid 20 for this one. And I found them as low as 10 for just the spacer, no screws. So if you can find these screws, if you can find them real cheap, you could get this whole setup for next to nothing comparatively to what this would cost. But if you're just super lazy and you just want instant gratification, this is the way to go. Anyway, so like I said, so I had one. I already have one kind of semi-installed in my magnifier. And this is what it would look like. So this is the Matrix 3X on the G&P twist mount. And as you can see, the twist mount from G&P has the exact same thread pitch as the real Aimpoint because the Aimpoint screws work just fine in it. So these are the real Aimpoint screws that come with the riser, and this is the new Aimpoint riser that I just got, and that's what it looks like in there. So I'm gonna bring down to the MCX Virtus from VFC, and we're gonna put this on. So twist, locks in. And there you go. And you can see it lines up perfectly with this Nova Alarm Sure Hit M4S that's on this little riser piece here. And this is kind of cool. So this is the piece, and that's kind of the width of it as it sits in there. And if you notice, so this red dot here, this is the Nova Alarms. So this is the dot. This is the actual optic here. It ends right here. And this is the mount piece. And you've got the riser piece here. And they're the exact same width as this piece here, this little square or rectangle, same width, and that's why it lines up so perfectly. So, and I kind of like that. I love the fact that the magnifier lines up perfectly with this, so now I get a good picture with the dot. And now I've got that ability to use this, and it's not all funky and offset. And now I've got magnified red dot optic that I can go back and forth to and from with whatever I want. And I dig it because that's one of the things that I really wanted with this build is I wanted to be able to go from magnified optic to just a red dot or vice versa. And I was kind of running the 4X ACOG, but it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't really know if I want to run that. And the M4S is much truer to the build. So this gave me the overall look I was really going for, and I was very stoked about it. Definitely a neat piece of kit. Very simple piece of kit, but overlooked. Especially even I overlooked it in my reference, and I just was like, oh shit, just a magnifier. Didn't realize it was a magnifier on a riser. Very easy to overlook. Simple to install, just drops right in to where the actual optic would sit, and then the optic sits on top of it, and then the top goes on. No muss, no fuss, not difficult to put in whatsoever. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So I hope you got something on this video. Thanks for watching. As I said, I'll have links to where I got this one that I already had, as well as this one that I just installed. And like I said, I did reach directly out to Aimpoint customer service trying to purchase these longer screws, and they did hook me up. I'm just waiting for those screws, so that is always an option you could try if you are interested. They may sell you some, they may give you some, I don't know. I got lucky. You also have the recourse of looking, if you have gun shows in your local area, a lot of gun shows will sell weird little extra pieces like these long screws. So if you could get your hands on one of these risers, if you had a magnifier and you wanted to put a riser on it, really cheap, like for like I said, like 10, 20 bucks on eBay, and you could get your hands on some of these screws. You could do this whole setup for maybe 12, 15, 20 bucks total versus the 40 bucks for a completely brand new setup. So it can be done on the cheap, and I think that's kind of cool. As always, guys, I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. To any of my new subs or anyone who just stumbled upon this review, hope you got something out of this. I try not to ramble on too long. And to my OGs, I appreciate you guys for sticking around and supporting me. You guys mean the world. As always, this is primarily an Airsoft channel, but I do talk about real stuff from time to time. Mostly Airsoft, though, because it's just what I'm really into, and I do enjoy it. LARP hard, though. Get out there, have fun, play some Airsoft, and be a big fucking nerd, because the world needs more nerds. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next video.